Hey YouTube, it's good to see you guys. I can't believe how long it's been since I've done one of these, but that's going to be changing from now on because I have a really exciting project. It's called the $10 Song Project. Last week, I started posting a song a day on my channel and also on SoundCloud. Each of these songs are part of this project that I started a couple months ago. Basically, offered to write people 1 to 2 minute personalized songs for $10 a pop. I got so many requests. My management team and I came up with a really great idea to release a song a day. Obviously this past week has been a really tough week for my country, and I really wanted to take a step back from putting out any of my music or any of my art to uplift the voices of our Black community and my community, the LGBTQ community, anyone who's been affected by the racism and hate that's been going on in our country. I'm going to be continuing to post all of my social media and donate and read and watch documentaries and do whatever I can to educate myself and keep friends and family around me as educated as possible, and I think you should do the same. Getting back to the project, I wanted to kind of give you guys a weekly recap of each little chunk of songs that I'm going to be putting out. I want to tell you guys the stories behind each one, the people that I wrote them for, talk about some lyrics, talk about the track that I made and the tracks that I made for each of them, and yeah, just give you guys some cool insight as to like what goes on behind all these songs and kind of my process for writing all of these songs. So without further ado, let's get to some of these songs.
Drinking away my night.
So the first song that I put out was a song called Fool's Gold. I wrote it for one of my best buds back home. His name's Chris. Shout out Chris. He got his heart broken pretty recently. The whole verse is just about right after you get broken up with, just, you know, not wanting to be here at all, just drinking and wasting time away, feeling like the person that you were with just ripped your heart out and took everything that you had away with them and just kind of left you there feeling pretty barren. I think a lot of people can relate to that until, you know, as time goes on, you'll start to realize that that person's heart wasn't worth it anyway. Their heart's made of fool's gold. Kind of wanted to give it like a country pop kind of vibe to it, and I kept it super simple. It's a lot more stripped down than a lot of the other songs that I started putting out later. Sometimes it's cool to just keep tracks stripped down and bare like that, so you can really just get the full feel of the song. Yeah, that's Fool's Gold. Sorry, I burped.
I could feel it coming.
Best Boy was definitely one of my favorite songs to make. I wrote it for the producer I've been working a lot with out here. He recently had a baby boy. He told me that he didn't really understand what love really was until he held his son for the first time. And then when the chorus hits, the first line is "All love, all joy makes Jack the best boy." And I kind of took that from the really famous line from The Shining, Steve's son's name is Jack, and I wanted to throw the name in there. And instead of making something super dark like that, it's just all love and all joy makes Jack the best boy. He's the best boy ever. Now onto the track. Some of the music that makes me feel the most like full of joy and happy and upbeat is dance music, like EDM and really good pop music. So I was like, let's match the two. I want to make kind of like a more EDM leaning track. I made a few synth sounds and layered a bunch of bass sounds and a bunch of piano sounds and plucked synths, layered my voice a little bit, a lot of reverb, a lot of delay, made some really cool drum beats, and I kept the verses really stripped back and kind of like flowy and magical sounding, and I threw in the sounds of kids playing underneath. Hope you guys like Best Boy. I love hanging with that song. It's a really fun song.
2, 3, 4. Things are getting heavy.
I wrote this song for a wonderful friend of mine out here in Los Angeles named Jeremiah. We met while working as production assistants on The Voice. He was super interested in listening to what I had to say and actually having conversations with me, and we got to know each other pretty quickly. He was just such a light to have around, such a huge supporter of me. The song's basically a message to him telling him he's gonna do great things in life and he's gonna leave a really great mark on everybody he meets and every place that he goes. I was looking for a friend like him for a while, especially out here. It's hard to make friends and meet people in a brand new city, in a brand new place. Jeremiah's the man. So let's talk about the track. I immediately thought of what I would want to hear on like an acoustic guitar or electric guitar from like a band I loved in middle school or something, like at All Time Low. I threw in some piano with a bunch of tremolo on it to give it like the chorus this like shimmery feel, lots of harmonies, lots of reverb. I had some really big kick impact sounds in there to just kind of give it this explosive like yeah feel. But I wanted to make the chorus really feel like shimmery, just catchy, something that you'd want to like bop your head to, make you almost like feel like you're going on a journey somewhere, because that's how I felt when I met Jeremiah. Skyline is a is a very special song to me. One of my best friends growing up and one of my closest friends still. Her name's Tandy. I really wanted to dig in and get at all of the things that would kind of tug at our heartstrings and our nostalgia from growing up together in New York City. The whole verse is talking about wishing that we could go back to all of these little places that we were in when we were growing up. Like, she was my first crush ever in the world. When I was in first grade, she ended up asking me to go to her prom with her when we were 17. So that was just such a special part of our relationship that I had to throw into that song. And we spent the big blackout in Manhattan together back when we were in like first or second grade. But yeah, that's that first line, take me back out to the blackout. The title itself, Tanvi and I would go to Six Flags during the summer. We would take the Skyline, which was this little car thing, from one side of the park to get to the other side of the park, and it was always just such like a fun little trip because you get to look over all the park. Let's get into the production surrounding it. I really wanted to keep it simple and magical with some really pretty piano, little guitar harmonies. I have strumming guitar parts panned on either side. I'm pretty sure I have some strings in there and harmonies, of course. But I also threw in some little atmospheric things. One of those things is again, kids playing, because, you know, we grew up as kids together. And in the end of the song, in the outro of the chorus, I threw in the sound of a roller coaster coming up and falling down. And then in the very end of the song, I have sounds of sirens and stuff that kind of sound like the streets of New York City. It's a really heartfelt and nostalgic piece, and it's definitely a special one to me. Yeah, shout out to Tanvi. Love ya. How do I say this is for another amazing friend of mine from high school, my friend Lily. I have some of my favorite memories ever with Lily. I really just wanted this song to be a way of getting nostalgic with her and talking about how, you know, nothing really has come close to beating the memories and times that we've had together. I wanted to write the song also as just a thank you for her incredible just generosity and support. She was always the most selfless and awesome friend ever. I really wanted to put all of that into a song for her and make it kind of an EDM poppy sounding track, because we used to love listening to dance music together. I'll always hope that Lily knows how much I love and respect her and appreciate our friendship and all that we did together growing up. But yeah, let's talk about the track a little bit. It ended up kind of being inspired a little bit by some earlier Chainsmokers stuff, kind of punchy in the gut with a nostalgic, emotional sadness, and then have this super catchy hook. The verse and pre-chorus leading into the chorus, I came up with this kind of sad and pretty sounding piano part that I ended up writing the verses around. And then the chorus, I lifted up with a bunch of layered synths, have a bunch of little piano sounds and bass sounds in there too. Made my drum rhythms and beats with a bunch of different kicks and snares and rim shots and sweeps and stuff from Splice. By the way, if you want me to make a video going over some of the terminology I'm using for samples and stuff that I'm putting into songs, let me know, because I would gladly do that for you guys. And I have some vinyl scratches underneath it. That's like the little atmospheric touch that I put into this track. Again, kind of sad vibe. Yeah, this was a really fun track to make and a really fun song to write. So guys, that is the week 1 recap. I have a couple more out. I will be talking about those 2 and the next 3 that I'm going to be releasing in next week's video, going over week 2 of the $10 songs. Guys, I hope you enjoyed this video. I hope that going through some of these stories and lyrics and track elements were interesting to you and helpful to hear. I know a lot of people have been curious as to who I've been writing these songs for and what the stories are behind them, so I wanted to come on here and share that stuff with you. Let me know if you have any thoughts or comments or questions down below. I'm always looking to improve, so again, like sound quality, if I'm rambling too much, if there are things you're not understanding that I'm saying. And yeah, I'll see you guys next week. Stay strong, stay safe, stay active, proactive on social media. Throw me a subscribe and thumbs up if you get the chance. Yeah, let's keep it rolling. Peace, guys.